Hello there. This is a Henckels number 50 Twin Works. I don't know if you can see it or not here on the... But this was given me by Buddy Blankenship. The scales are off of a razor that was broken. But they have a problem. If you look at them, they're warped inward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to put this razor on this scale, set of scales, but because if you look, it looks like there's room, but I have to have it perfectly centered. Now I don't know if I'll get this perfectly centered. We're just going to give it a try and see what we can do, and if we can do it, we will. If I can move it where I need it to, then I will, and if not, then I'll have to make scales for it later. But you see I have a hole drilled in it, and that's for the bottom of this pin to sit in, so that I have something to put some force against it with. A hammer. And so flatten the top out, and then light taps, gentle. And I did not put a washer on it, because if you look at the other side, there's no washer here either. This metal I don't know what you would call bolster, cap, should be everything that's needed. And no, I'm not barely touching it. That's one of the reasons you can tighten these up with the back of a spoon. You see that? Recommended all the time. Well, there's a reason for it. Because you're not looking for a ton of weight, and you're not looking to smack the living snot out of this. All you want to do is tighten it up, because if you bend this pin, the razor will come off center. Now, instead of putting it in a hole now, I'm going to lay this part of the razor flat on the thingamabob here, the anvil of this. Alright, let's try this. Actually, yeah, no, that's as high as it'll go. So I don't like the height of that pin. It's just a little too tall. So, alright, let's try that. Remember, light taps, you might have to do 1,000 of them. It doesn't matter. Just take your time. and do them. And you're just sort of going around and around the edges, and it takes a little practice to get it right. And like I said, this might be, the razor might be warped. You see, that's not tight enough yet, but the razor might be warped. The scales are definitely warped. So it might take a while, and we might not be able to dial this in. It just might not happen. If not, like I said, I'll make scales for that at a later date. I don't know when. I don't have any wood to do scales with, or any other scale materials. And right now, winter's rolling in. Our budget is going to be tight. We can't spend a whole lot right now because we just turned our furnace on, and we do not know what the electric bill will end up being like once we get a month's worth of furnace. That's pretty good, but if it'll stay that way. But we don't know, so it's like we're not really able to spend very much right now. So then you say, well, you know, scale material, $10. Well, you know, $10 is $10. This time of year, that is how it is. It's like right now, a friend of mine sent me a, see it catch, it's still moving a bit. But a friend of mine sent me a link to a stone that I would like, and I'm not going to say what it is, so nobody will rush out and buy it. But it's not very expensive, and it's a stone that I've wanted for a very long time. But, you know, that's not going to happen. And it's not a big deal. I got plenty of stones. So, that's the way that goes. Yeah, see? Not tight enough. Just light taps until the razor tightens up where you want it. We're not building a house here. It needs to be done gently. What I'm going to do, it's starting to tighten up, so I'm going to start trying to move it. That's pretty close. What I'm doing, the opposite side, see, that's perfectly centered. It's not touching at all, but it's, if you don't watch it, it will. It is hitting on this side. So what I'll do, what you do is you flip over to the other side and tap the top part of the scale to try to move it that way so that it moves the toe of the blade. Well, actually, yeah, in that direction. So, and I'm just trying to see, can I guide it? So let's tighten some more. Very short, by the way, a lot of guys use like a 4-pound hammer. This is an 8-pounder, and it's because it's what I had, what I could get, what I could find. That's where you want it, and it's centering. You don't hear it hitting anywhere. Beautiful. That's how you do it, folks. Now I'll take some polish and clean it up. I'm not going to do any sanding. I'm not going to try to make this look brand new, because it isn't. And then I'll hone her up. Henckels number 50, Twin Works. Ashley, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.